Listen. At first, a single drop on a dried thatch, then more. The steady percussion of rain retuning a whole village. You can imagine tarpaulin flapping, the soft scrape of a paddle finding a swollen bank, a child laughing under a wide umbrella. How do you live beside a sky that changes the world twice a year? Today, we follow the Monsoon kit, the everyday objects and practices that make the rains livable, social, and full of memory. Welcome to Ancient Echoes. I'm Semnang Bradley. This episode is a monologue, a walk through sound and daily craft, umbrellas and woven rain cloaks, raised platforms and temporary walkways, tarps and small marine hacks that keep market goods moving. I'll pause often to name things, to tell small field stories, and to remind you how to listen respectfully. Before we begin, a short consent and safety note. If you're traveling or sharing photos from a home, workshop, or a repair scene, always ask. If someone does not want a photo, do not take it. Later in the episode, I'll give short Khmer and English phrases you can use. And a quick trigger warning. We will talk about low-cost materials and precarious livelihoods. I'll avoid glorifying hardship, and I will not provide step-by-step repair instructions. If you want practical how-to videos, look for supervised local workshops and Samnang's curated visual demos, paid, respectful, and safe. Segment 1. The Practical Kit. Picture the basic items you see across towns and villages when the first gray clouds arrive. Umbrellas, often with bright plastic canopies and long wooden handles. Woven rain cloaks made from strong cotton. The graceful krama, sometimes repurposed into wraps. Tarpaulins, patched and tied into roofs and storage covers. Waxed cloths, used to seal grains or market bundles. Raised sleeping platforms built on short stilts, and temporary walkways, simple bamboo gangways or planks that stitch one house to the next. These are not exotic curiosities. They are practical, repairable, and often family-made. Listen closely. A vendor presses waxed paper around a basket of herbs, whispering a small melody to keep her hand steady. A carpenter measures the height of a sleeping platform with a steady thumb and a quick joke to a neighbor. The objects are voiced by people. The tamped wax, the rustle of woven cloth, the short cussing and laughter when a knot refuses to hold. That's where the human skill lives.
Segment 2. Home Adaptations and Craft. In towns, you'll find that raised beds and sleeping platforms are not only for floods. They speak to sleeping cooler, storing things safe from damp, and moving family life up a level when rain makes the ground between houses muddy. Thatch ridges get patched in quick, almost ritual ways. A thatcher will press fresh bundles into place, tapping rhythmically, apprenticed hands learning the pace from older kin. Seamstresses and market makers stitch waxed cloth edges without fanfare, choosing the seam and the fold that will last through a season. Apprenticeship here is oral and practical, watching, mimicking, and doing until the rhythm is yours. I remember a day at dusk in Battambang, a woman retying a worn tarpaulin over a pile of cassava. She had a knife, a length of rope, and a song she hummed as she worked. Her hands moved like language, fast, exact, economical. When I asked about the tarp, she smiled, said it had come from an old rice bag and that it was repaired twice already. She told me, plainly and kindly, that durable materials are expensive, and improvisation is part of keeping a household whole.
Segment 3. Markets, Transport, and Boats. Markets reshuffle in the rains. Vendors protect produce with waxed cloth or sitting under layered tarps. They'll move crates up onto higher planks or into raised stalls. On the water, boat crews retrofit small additions, higher freeboard paddles, simple canopies to keep passengers dry, and quick lashings to hold loads steady as canals swell. Floating routes become the main streets. A flooded rice paddy becomes a silent highway. Those changes ripple through daily schedules, market hours, school commutes, even the timing of festivals. Segment 4.
Ritual, proverb, and seasonal timing. Communities mark monsoon time not only with tools, but with sayings and small rituals. I've heard elders call for a quick meal and a blessing before the first heavy rain, a brief asking for safety for boats and fields. A common way I heard people phrase it in English was, "We tidy the house before the sky asks." These proverbs are not decorative, they're action-guying, reminding families to check roofs, to tie down goods, to make sure elders and animals have shelter.
Segment 5. Repair economies and sustainability. There's a tension here. Cheap plastics and donated tarps are life-saving and affordable, but they also make an economy of short fixes. Makers I spoke with often combine traditional materials, thatch, bamboo, woven cloth, with plastic sheets to balance cost, durability, and availability. Craftspeople told me they'd prefer longer-lasting materials, but access and price shape choices. When we look at innovation, we should center the makers' voices. What would help them buy better materials, access repair markets, or charge fair prices for durable work? That's structural, not romanticizing improvisation.
Segment 6. Field etiquette, exact phrases, and how you can help. 2 important practices: ask and compensate. If you want a photo or a short clip of a repair or a maker at work, start with a greeting and a clear question. In Khmer, you can say, "Knyom ai tot hu bante," which means, "May I take a photo?" If you want to film someone, say, "Knyom ai tot video bante." If they agree, offer something small in exchange. For example, "Knyom chong tin ni," "May I buy this?" Or a straightforward, "Alquin knyom nang bang," "Thank you, I will pay." If the answer is no, thank them and step back. Do not pressure.
If you see something sensitive, flooded homes, a family in distress, please do not post images publicly without explicit consent. Instead, message the show with the context and we'll advise on ethical curation. If you share a modest photo or short clip and the maker or household consents, please include provenance, who made it, where, province or town, and what you offered in exchange. Tag Ancient Echoes and Samnang's YouTube channel if you'd like the team to consider it for curated reels. We will route submissions through local partners whenever possible.
Conclusion. Takeaways. The Monsoon Kit is not just a list of objects. It's a set of relationships between materials, craft skills, apprenticeships, markets, and social obligations. It teaches adaptation, seasonal timing, and a kind of shared care. If you come as a visitor, notice the sound of the repair, ask before photographing, and support makers through purchase or by connecting them to community-led resilience projects.
Thank you for walking this rainy path with me. If this episode resonated, please share one modest photo or a short clip of a monsoon kit or repair, only with consent. Tag Ancient Echoes and my YouTube for curated reels, or DM us so our curators can guide respectful posting. Let's unlock the echoes of history together.
In the quiet of night, I whispered my plea, holding her close, hoping for her decree. I called upon spirits, asked them to guide, to take her heart and lead her by my side. So I drew her near, traced her brow so fair, my sight is way. Warm, sacred power, Swahili mighty spirit awakened. By the master's right, let her heart be gently taken. Let her follow me now by vow and by sign. I hear these words, oh Oh, teacher, witness this plea. Oh, my sacred power, swahai. Oh,